Meeting is not showing. Yeah, all right. Hi, good evening, everyone. This is Divya here, your host for today for the open mic evening. Um, we have a lot of talented poets out here, and we will start with an introduction about UBI, and then we will move on to the open mic event. So, UBI, as you all know, United by Ink, is a global platform connecting creative minds. And we are an international forum which is a thriving community of nearly 10,000 enthusiastic artists who come from, varied parts of the world to express their creativity in different forms across all social media handles. So, United by Inc. was founded on 2nd February 2018 as a global Facebook page and a group which was created by Mrs. Sapna Shivani Kekre, the author of Oski Boonde, to bring the writing fraternity under one roof. We have avid readers, passionate writers, authors, performing artists, painters, photographers who are ready to take up various difficult challenges. And we host a free blogging platform as well. We also provide opportunities to the facilitators, pre and post publishing support, marketing support, and distribution support, which would make the journey easy and let the creativity, just flow and let the authors reach their goal. UBI LLP initiative is also one of the major vertical of UBI. UBI LLP Learning Labs program is on a mission to make learning easy and within reach for whoever desires to learn these creative skills. Our annual events such as the UBI Fest, UBI Hindi Utsav, and UBI Inked Marathon provide opportunities to come together, learn, grow, and interact with the community experts as part of the UBI family. So it's so much more, and it's more like a family. Now I have been associated with UBI for I think 3-4 years, and it's been a family. So I always tag them. I always give the hashtag UBI family. So yes, it's like a family for me. So moving on with the open mic, as you all know, this particular open mic is specifically for the NaPoWriMo challenge, which we took up starting the World Poetry Day. So we have a few poets with us who participated in that, and we are going to listen to their awesome renditions today. Right. So let's start with our first poet today, who is Aradhna Sadashivam. She's a scientist turned legal professional working for plants and animal research and development. Uh, she works in the Animal Research and Development Laboratory in Singapore. And she has been writing for about 2 years now, and English and Hindi are the languages she's most comfortable writing in. So, Aradhna ji, over to you.
Thank you, Divya. Thank you so much for the lovely introduction. And yeah, that's true. I have been writing for 2 years now, and this April marks my first ever year of very serious writing. So today I'm going to present my poem, which is like nature inspired. Nature is like my forte. I like to read and write about the nature. So here in this poem of mine, I am craving for a lot of flowers. In a second, I'm going to share.
Sure.
I crave. That's the title of my poem. I crave. I crave for daffodils, a bright flower with a brighter heart that welcomes me with a gentle nod. I crave for daffodils, a bright flower with a brighter heart that welcomes me with a gentle nod. And then I move on. tulips. I crave for Kund beneath blue skies with a friendly smile. I crave for tulips, brilliant blooms, colorful jharkhand beneath blue skies with a friendly smile. I crave for magnolias, pinkest of all. I crave for magnolias, pinkest of all. Beautify my front yard. I crave for magnolias, pinkest of all, and they beautify my front yard, transcending my soul. What a lovely flower to behold. Crave for tuberose. I crave for tuberose, as white as snow. What a celestial scent takes me to a dreamy land. I crave for tuberose, as white as snow, with a celestial scent takes me to a dreamy land, auspicious and divine. Finally, I crave for roses, large and fragrant, deep colored, satiny, to sink my face within, to dive deep in the rose halls, and to drink in perfume. I crave for roses, large and fragrant, deep colored, satiny, to sink my face within, to dive within the rosy halls, and to drink in rosy perfumes. That was my poem number
That
one.
was a wonderful one. Yeah.
Thank you.
A very nice imagery of flowers, colors, like a rainbow, which we saw, I guess.
Thank you so much.
Right.
Thank you. So, shall I move on to my second?
Yes, yes, yes. You can.
The second one is a letter to myself. It's a letter to myself. Like I'm imagining then if I am to write a letter to my younger self, what would I write? So here I go. Oh my dear, lovely and ambitious. Oh my dear, lovely and ambitious. With a fire in your heart, you will be successful for sure. Oh my dear, lovely and ambitious. With a fire in your heart, you will be successful for sure. Fret not on the little failures. Fret not on the little failures. They count nothing on the big picture. Fret not on the little failures. They count nothing big picture. Let the tides be against you for now. Let the tides be against you for now. You shall overcome. You shall overcome. All for sure. Let the tides be against you for now. You shall overcome. All for sure. Fear not, my little heart. Fear not, my little heart. Even toxins exist on the earth for a reason. Fear not, my little heart. Even toxins exist on the earth for a reason. Obnoxious people in your life are for a reason. Obnoxious people in your life are for a reason. For they shall teach you the most precious life lessons. Obnoxious people in your life are for a reason, for they shall teach you the most precious life lessons. So what? So what if the darkness of night, adverse situations scare you? So what if the darkness of night, adverse situations scare you? So what if the thunder bolts in the skies threaten you? So what if the thunderbolts in the sky threaten you? You know in your heart that hard work and perseverance overcomes all. So what? So what if the darkness of night, adverse situations scare you? So what if the thunderbolts in the skies threaten you? You know in your heart that hard work and perseverance overcomes all. Remember, every dark cloud has a silver line. Remember, every dark cloud has a silver lining, and tough people last, but never the tough situations in life. Remember, every dark cloud has a silver lining, and tough people last, but never the tough situations in life. Oh, my dear, keep walking. Oh, my dear, keep walking. Make yourself busy in placing one foot ahead of the other. Oh, my dear, keep walking. Make yourself busy in placing one foot ahead of the other. In no time, the clouds will disperse. In no time, the cloud will disperse, for the sky is yours. In no time, remember that. In no time, the clouds will disperse, for the sky is yours. That was my second. Thank you.
That was indeed enlightening one, because I think when you are asking yourself some questions, I feel that you are pretty hard on yourself. So, right. And like, as you said, in the, as the poem moves forward, we come to know that how we motivate ourselves through those years to
Yes,
reach where we are today.
yes. Because now we have lived through the life.
Yes,
So
yes.
we can
And
scold ourselves, we can talk to them, we can motivate them, encourage them.
true. So I think we all are on the same boat. We all have learned from our mistakes, or something which we always wanted to do, but uh, we we are doing it right now. We couldn't
Yes,
do it then.
yes,
So I think it's a wonderful poem which, echoes on those lines about how you question yourself and how you find those answers as well.
yes.
Right. Sheetal and Lalita ji, any comments from your end?
Aradhanachi, the poems were absolutely beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you, Shita.
Yeah. The way you, the second poem, the letter, as Divya said, that it was really difficult to ask questions to yourself. So you've
Yes,
put them so well, you've put them so beautifully. And the first poem, I can say it was a beautiful imaginary of lovely flowers. The valley of flowers you showed us was really beautiful. We could see the colors, we could imagine the flowers, the perfume, everything. It was
thank you. Thank you
beautiful.
so much.
Yeah.
I think it has to
Yes,
do with
Aradhana,
the,
both the poems were absolutely beautiful, stunning. The first one showed us the beautiful, lovely flowers, and took us to a garden or a meadow where I was just I went into a mesmerizing world of flowers and gardens.
thank
It
you.
was really very beautiful,
Thank you.
both of them.
Thank you so much. I think it has got to do something with the subject that I studied. I'm a student of botany. So
Okay.
flowers, nature, leaves,
Yes, yes,
all these things kind of entice me. They kind of cast their magic spell on me.
So
yes,
we could
true.
That's
see
where
that.
On
it comes
everyone.
from. Yeah, yeah.
Sure. So, yeah, this was a wonderful one from Aradhana ji, but we are going to discuss a few things here, which I want to. Aradhana ji, we all know that we all are working, some are housewives, but yes, we have our daily chores in place. We work, some work, some don't, but still, it's quite a busy day for all of us. So how do you manage, how someone manages, like poets like us, writers who are working, who are managing their homes, how do they manage their passion of writing and home? Like, what are your thoughts on this? I mean, I would like to ask everyone out here, but I will go with Aradhana ji first.
Sure, sure, sure. I have a very interesting way of writing. I write in trains. So every day my home is quite far off from my office. So every day I commute for about an hour or plus. So the moment I step in the trains, I start writing. If I find a seat and I just make myself comfortable there, and then I start writing. So that's my writing zone. I have over a period of time, I have grown oblivious to all the noises, sounds, noises, everything, beeping of phones, everything. Like it doesn't bother me at all. So this 1 hour to the office, I'll be writing. Even when returning, also I'll be writing. So that's how I manage. So I'm not really sitting with my phone in a corner, like when family is around and all. So that's how I manage, and it's been very successful for now. So I hope to continue in that way.
Lalita ji, what about you?
Yeah, I think I always collect the thoughts whenever they come to me, and then as soon as they come to me, I pen them down. You never know, while I'm cooking or while I'm even watching TV, some thoughts they come to me for a poetry or for something, or usually it's an experience which could be outside home. There are thoughts which come to you instantaneously, and that time I just pen them down. So that is how I go about writing. And then as you said, managing, juggling between the different chores of house and outside and the child and everything, it just comes. I think God has made us like that, and it comes mechanically. And then if you have to pursue your passion, you have to do it somehow or the other. And I also have this craziness of singing also in the midway.
Oh,
So I go about that also, singing also in between. So I think you just manage it somehow.
True,
Yeah.
true. Sheetal.
yes, same as all. Um if you have to pursue your passion, I think you tend to manage everything. Just as Lalita ji said, ki it comes, it can, the as thought comes, maybe while I'm cooking, while I'm working, yeah, I pen it down. Otherwise, yes, I see to it that I allot at least 1 hour in the morning, early mornings when I get up, or in the evenings when I'm free, so that I can pen down few poems, because there are a lot of platforms where we are attached to, so they keep on giving some words, some subjects, some homeworks. So I think that is challenging, that makes us do things, that they make us write. So that is good, they keep us busy.
Yes. I think we all are like managing things around. We all are multitaskers. Women are, I think, made like that. And
Absolutely.
Multitaskers,
uh,
multitaskers.
you know, it, even if it is a challenge, they are like born to,
Accept every challenge.
accept it and, probably win it too. So, yes, on those lines, we will be moving on to our uh, next poet, uh, Dr. Lalita Vaitishwaran. She is a gynecologist by profession and a bilingual writer by passion who has published 8 books. Her literary works have been awarded on many literary platforms, and yes, we all listen to her sing in the UBI music lovers community also. So she's a great singer too. Right, Dr. Vaitishwaran, I would like you to recite your uh, poems here.
Yeah, first of all, thank you, UBI, for giving me this opportunity to be here amongst wonderful August poets. And thank you, Divya, for that lovely introduction of yours. Thank you. I start my poem with my poem is titled The Infinitude. This poem, I should say, I wrote because I'm a little intrigued by the universe and its beyondness. So that is what my poem talks about. Beyond the realms and horizons of the universe, I imagine a seamless, fathomless, limitless terrain where melancholy and sad hearts are non existent. Only blissful, joyful, ecstatic, jubilant smiles reign. I can see arduous lanes that carry meandering clouds, a little to touch and a little to carry, dewdrops trickling in musical octaves ethereal, heavenly twilight and the blue azure becoming starry, a vast orb holding shining planets in brilliance, seeing no end or boundaries to its expansive essence. Creations of the cosmos that intrigue restless minds, endlessly omnipresent, showing its eclectic presence. The beginning leading to the end, which begins again, a cycle of creations which to flow never cease. Where is the origin? And which is the annihilation? The continuum of the flow is like the idyllic breeze. I go hither and thither in search of you to capture and stop your overzealous array, your extensive and unmeasurable absolute existence. I am dwarfed to a minuscule in the gigantic aura you display. In search of the infinite and infinity, many have wandered, clueless still to fathom its presence vast. I bow to thee, the bountiful macrocosm. You have no boundaries, to your future, present, or past. Thank you.
Mesmerizing, totally mesmerizing. And I got like I was into another world.
World.
And there is a very clear touch of spirituality in this.
Spirituality.
So that was so lovely.
Yes.
Yeah, that was so
Truly, truly. So
lovely.
even
Yes.
I felt like I am maybe just flying past the universe. I mean,
Verse.
it's yes, I don't know whether it is a different verse or something, but it was a totally, like she said, we were transported to that world, the world of yours, which you weaved right here.
Yes.
Totally
This,
mesmerized.
I think this pandemic has all brought, given us a time of where we have realization, I should say, where we
Yeah.
all realize that, yes, there is something beyond what we are doing today. I think everyone has got this.
Yes, I think it was a learning, and yes, absolutely true when you say that it's the pandemic, because even I started like contributing towards UBI, like just when the pandemic hit. So when we had nothing to do but to only cook and clean. So I think that is when the passion, what was inside just came out.
Came
Like,
out.
yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
So you're going with another one,
This,
Lalita ji?
yes.
Yeah.
If you permit. Yes.
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Yes. So here again, I talk about life and its vagaries. The vagaries of life intrigue every soul curious. Why, what, and how does it portray its purpose? Sometimes it is smooth sailing with happy vibes. At other times, there is misery, sadness, and strife. Arduous paths sometimes put us to tests, breaking the morale even before concluding our quests. The ups and downs of life make us a person improved well, teaching us patience, fortitude, and endurance to dwell. Life is like an examination, teaching us to challenges face, to bounce back and walk on even after a fall from grace. Life is a song to sing in gay abandon, carefree, the melody set to tune with inner peace and harmony. Laughter can the tough hindrances of life tackle. The deterrents and difficulties are erased like miracles. Life is sometimes a deal without an answer, strange. The mindset towards life can make the views change. Sometimes life does not give you all that you ask. You chase it only to realize that it's an unattainable task. Our dreams we live as we move on in life each day. Life is a challenge as everyone negotiates one's way. Let us all see life as just a joyous ride, living it with zeal and taking it in our stride. Thank you.
Lovely poem. Lovely
True
poem.
picture of life.
Yes.
Life is an
Actually,
very
life,
accurate character.
yeah, life as it is.
Yes.
As
You
it
can
is.
relate to
Yes.
her verses. Every verse.
Yeah.
You relate to her.
Absolutely.
Yeah, really relatable. And yes, that is what life is all about.
Is all about.
We are on a stage and we better make use of every single second that
Yes,
we are
yes.
allowed here. Right.
Coming back to the point, like what Lalita ji also suggested, that the pandemic changed a lot. So I think pandemic taught us what life is. So
Absolutely.
what is the value of
And
life, perhaps? So
absolutely.
so I
Those
think,
were the days when we could see our own doctor friends. Today I'm talking to them on Facebook, and the next day they aren't there. So
oh,
it was like I could not decipher what's going on, what's happening. So such is life.
true. And salute to all the health workers out there who,
Workers.
yeah, I mean, I have known a few who have, done their duty, and they are not there with us anymore. So
True.
it's a royal salute to them. Right.
Yeah. Even though in
So
like
I'll
everything
just,
is like,
sorry, you were saying something.
oh, okay. Yeah. What I was saying is, like on day-to-day basis, life appears like a continuous stream, like nothing can go wrong. Everything is like so certain. Morning, afternoon, evening. Morning, go get up, go to work. Evening, have lunch. Then in the evening, come back. And then it seems like so, like continuous. Everything is predictable, but actually the life is
Does
very,
not.
very unpredictable.
It's not.
Correct. True.
It's not at all predictable.
True. We follow a routine thinking that, this is how it should be. The day should be like this, but eventually it is not. So,
It is not.
yes. So I'm just quickly moving in a question for discussion here. Again, so I'll go with Lalita ji first, and then we'll move on to Aradhana and Sheetal, Aradhana ji and Sheetal. And my question is, Lalita ji, what do you think? We have several communities coming up with writing challenges. Like this is the writing month, so that we call the NaPoWriMo, and with several writing communities conducting it, do you think that it is very overwhelming for the writers, or do you think participating in such NaPoWriMo is a challenge for any of us, like, or people like us?
Yes, it is in fact a challenge for all of us, because several communities are writing, and then when you are part of several communities, you are faced with a challenge wherein you neither want to miss it, nor you want to, you want to be with them, you want to be with the lot. So you have that FOMO thing, that fear of missing out, that if I don't write today, I may not be part of the gang. So then what happens? Then comes, see, last time I was part of four such challenges. This time I'm just part of three, because one of the communities said they are not hosting it. So I am writing, and just for the sake of writing, many times what I do is I just pen down a few words, or finish off my work, it just in rattling speed. So yes, it is overwhelming, but at the same time, I think sometimes you come out with very good stuff. Sometimes you have topics or themes in which you can really bring out your churn your juices, creative juices, and write something very good, which when you yourself read, you feel that yes, it's good. But otherwise, you read it is normal stuff, general stuff, which you are just writing for the sake of writing, because you're overwhelmed, you're short of time, and you have so much to do, and it's in the fag end of the day, so you just want to finish it and be part of the gang. So I think that is my point of view. Others may differ.
Yeah, truly it is, because we all have been part of such communities, and we all do such crazy things, uh, you know, to be a part of it, or as you rightly said, the fear of missing out. So we feel that, what if I don't do this, and what if, I'm nowhere to be
Not part.
found, right? So yes, it is overwhelming. Aradhana and Sheetal, your thoughts on this?
Um, I love prompts, and I've got addicted to the prompts, and each and every prompt that that I come across, I find them very, very tempting. I just have to write. I cannot, as Lalita ji said, FOMO. I'm a perfect victim of FOMO. I don't want to lose out. I want to write. The thing is,
Yes.
I feel, I may not be 100% correct, but what I feel is different communities, the kind of prompts that they provide are different. So basically, you get exposed to writing different kind of things. You come across different types of prompts. So this is kind of very enlightening and learning, and you get to write on a diverse uh, type of
Wow.
subjects, which is very good. And yes, every day morning you are looking through. Yeah, you want to, let's see what are the prompts for me today. But one thing is there, sometimes you get so much addicted to prompts that you, even when you want to write, you are looking for prompts. That's where your experiences surface, your experiences in life surface, and then you start writing about it. This season, I wanted to write for 6 different writing communities. Within 5 days, I realized that is totally,
Not
totally
possible.
impossible. So now I am
Not
writing.
possible.
I'm yeah. I was,
Yes.
as Lalita ji said, I was writing for three communities, but then I realized the third community that I was writing for, their prompts were very bleak. The prompts were not really, I couldn't really think or relate to them. Then I had to minus that writing community. As of now, effectively, I'm writing for just two communities, and I'm very happy about that. So I get a lot of likes. People are reading, which tell me, likes basically tell us people are reading our poems and they are reacting to it. So that's like a gift to me, and I love this writing challenges. This is my second year into writing, and in the end of the day, I got the certificate and medal, and everything was like it's hanging on my wall, and I have a photo frame for my certificate. So it's all very encouraging, and it tells
Nice.
my family and everybody else like, oh yeah, here is a budding poet. I'm very happy about it.
Yes, you should be.
Yeah,
We should be. I think we all deserve that.
Yes,
yeah,
yes,
yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
The prompts are really challenging, and they encourage you like anything to write. So I think
Yeah.
the marathons or this NaPoWriMo and all is absolutely, I can say it's motivating and encouraging writers and poets like us to write more, giving the prompts and all. It's really overwhelming also at times, because as Lalita ji said, that it becomes difficult at times, we cannot pen down, we don't have time, and we have to complete it in the given time of 24 hours or whatever it is. So it becomes difficult, and sometimes, yes, we are not happy with what we have written. It's just that we have to post
Finish it.
it. Yeah, we have to finish it. But yes, at the same time, sometimes you end up writing such beautiful poems which you had not even not thought about it, and the response what you get is really nice, because people read it, and they post, they like, they comment. That absolutely encourages us. So I love this marathons, and I love this challenges. It keeps us busy, it keeps our minds, brains working fast. So I love it.
True. Yes.
Yes.
Obviously, we all have. I mean, everything has a pros, has its own pros
Yes.
and cons. But yes, at the end of the day, if it's a positive thing coming out of it, so I think everybody likes it. As Aratna ji said, a medal and a certificate.
Yes.
That gives you a lot of encouragement, and you are seen as, wow, she's a poet. So
We are doing something creative with
yeah,
our
of course, of course,
spare
Absolutely.
time, right? So
it
instead of
shows that we are creative.
gossiping or watching TV,
Yeah,
yeah. So
true. Right, moving forward, we have with us Sheetal Deshpande. She is a multilingual poet and writer who writes in English, Hindi, and Marathi. She's an active member of various poetry groups on Facebook and participates in many poetry challenges, contests, and is also a winner of several poetry competitions. Her writings are part of several magazines, journals, and anthologies. A few of her anthologies are Goddess on the Earth, English, Whole World in Single Word, English, Dishaएं Zindagi Ki in Hindi. We have Akhyan Kahaniyan Dil Se Hindi and Kumudavali Hindi. Her poems are close to life, poignant, and sensitive. She loves to write short stories, as it seems like a challenge to her to write the whole story in just few words. She is also fond of listening to music, singing, and reading. She holds a degree of BCom, degree in computer programming from Mumbai University, and has worked in the IT industry as well. Currently, she's a homemaker. And yes, here we are with Sheetal Deshpande. Uh, Sheetal, your poems.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Divya, for the lovely introduction. And thank you, Sapna ma'am and Sham Sundar ji, for giving me this opportunity. UBI open mics feel like a homecoming for me, as UBI was the first platform where I could showcase my hidden talent. So thank you so much again. So coming to my poems, today my first poem is something which we all can relate to. Life becomes monotonous at times, and we all need some time for ourselves, breathing in a lot of fresh air. So the title of my first poem is Fernway. Feeling monotonous from my daily routine, I decide to take a pause in between. The longing for a fernway develops in my mind. In the fresh air, I rush, leaving the drudgery behind. In the lovely world of my dreams, I travel. In the lovely world of my dreams, I travel amidst the nature in the green heaven. My long blue dress looks elegant, flowing to the ground. My long blue dress looks elegant, flowing to the ground, perfectly matching with the color of the skies around. I love the light waves of air passing through my hair. I love the light waves of air passing through my hair. Like a loved one, it gently caresses me there. The moist div in the pure morning breeze makes it a little cooler, rejuvenating and making me look lively and even more superior. Seeing me happy, the small branches of the trees around sway here and there happily and dance merrily unbound. The perfume of the flowers I breathe in every puff of the air. The perfume of flowers I breathe in every puff of the air makes the land divine, full of an aromatic atmosphere. Getting drenched in such lovely nature, I unwind. Getting drenched in such lovely nature, I unwind. None of the worries now bother, and duties I mind. Without any restrictions, my mind feels free. Without any restrictions, my mind feels free. Instead of thinking for others, I live for me. Instead of thinking for others, I live for me. Thank you.
Very nice.
Wonderful,
Wow.
mesmerizing. I could really relate to hair, like air in my hair, That's so lovely. And the lovely blue dress. You are wearing a blue dress. I think
Yes.
it
Yes.
must be your favorite color, isn't it?
Yes. What a coincidence. Yes, I'm very
Yeah.
A blue dress. I think
Right.
every one of us is entitled to this me time which she talks about. Everyone
Yes,
needs it
absolutely. It's
because
true.
all the
Yeah.
time we are just working for the family, for the in a profession you're working for others, for your friends, for everyone else, but just not you. So it's very good. A poem
Very true.
relating to,
Yeah.
yes,
And
to your
and
me
the
time,
way she has combined it with nature,
nature.
like the branches of the tree, the flowers. I mean, it's really synonymous of, it is as if you're sitting in a place which is covered with all these things, nature
Yes,
around, and you are just penning that poem. So,
Right.
yes.
yeah. Sheetal, one more from your end.
Yes. My next poem is a small poem describing the emotions of a mother when she goes into a labor.
Wow.
So the poem is titled as Laughing Through Tears. The 9 month long wait was going to be over. The 9 month long wait was going to be over. The ambiguity around you was going to be clear. Wailing in pain, tears flowed. Fear gripped my mind. Wailing in pain, tears flowed. Fear gripped my mind. All while, in your anticipation, my thoughts remained entwined. Hours of labor left me exhausted. Hours of labor left me exhausted, but I waited eagerly, feeling excited. Then came the golden moment when I heard your cries. Then came the golden moment when I heard your cries. In that immense pain, also, I felt overjoyed. Laughing through the tears made me scream. Laughing through the tears made me scream. You had come into this world, fulfilling my dream. A mother was born. What an absolute divine feeling. A mother was born. What an absolute divine feeling. Proud to be a woman. Motherhood is a blessing. Motherhood is a
Yes,
blessing. Thank you.
Absolutely,
sure it
absolutely.
is.
Truly,
I was imagining myself in my labor room.
I think we all did that.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah, of
Yes,
course, of
yes.
course.
that's right.
Toughest moments of our lives.
Absolutely,
And this
absolutely.
labor pain is one pain which, as people say, is that one pain which it is only for that moment. You just
Yeah,
forget that pain. It never comes
that's
back. You never have bad memories of that pain.
absolutely. And in fact, memory, why memories? Even as I said, Immediately as you hear the cries of the baby, it's all gone.
Yeah, you
Yes.
just forget everything.
Yes.
I mean,
You
it's
just
Yes.
forget everything. Yeah.
it doesn't exist anymore. So
Yes.
That's true. That's what happens.
Right. Yes.
right. So again, we are going to go on a discussion more with yet another, you can say, what do I say? Controversial topic. You should say. So I wanted to ask you all, like as we discussed in the previous question, as we discussed on the topic of NaPoWriMos around various communities. So, do you all think such challenges, affect the quality of writing? Because we all discuss that sometimes we just, take a shortcut, or we might not want to say a few things, but since we have the fear of missing out, we just do it as soon as possible. And we see that a lot of others are posting and they are getting it done. So again, we have something like we should not miss it, or we should be a part of it. So all of this obviously overwhelms you, and in the process, does it affect the quality of writing? And if yes, how do you think it affects the quality of writing?
So for
Yes.
me, I would, if I can say, if I can share, what happens is I have a very small, narrow window of time. I must write within that window period of time. So if I'm not writing it, I will never be able to write. I will never be able to complete my poem. So what I do is I write a small piece. I have to start, write it through, and then finish it. Then and there, I may or may not return back to my poems to improvise them. Usually, I do not. So whatever I'm writing in the moment, it's there, then and there. And so far, and I also do this purposely because I think that's what like that practice of mine is kind of helping me in honing my writing skills. So I just have to start, write, complete it, and that's about it. So I think it
So
has something to do with
basically,
the writing style.
what I can understand, Aradhana ji, is like you have written it and you don't go back to it, like, and
No,
go
no,
and
no,
judge it,
no,
like whether it was right or wrong. So I think that is one
no,
way
no.
of tackling with this problem, because what has happened, and you cannot change it. So right, exactly
Yeah,
as
yeah.
life
Usually it
goes,
takes, yeah,
we can say. Yeah. So
yes,
going
yes,
on and judging
yeah,
it
and
as
you
if
have
was
to
it
just
small.
have to move on.
Yeah.
I have
Yeah, you
a
just
different perspective. Yeah, I see. There was a time when you had to judge between a good poetry and a bad poetry. That's it. But whichever you wrote. Now is the time when there is AI generated poems being there.
yes,
So if I can write, even if it is a bad piece, if I can write 4 lines, but those are my own, those are my feelings.
Absolutely
If I'm
true.
able to churn them out without using AI, without using any other help from the internet, I consider even that, a step further. I will consider even that as a
absolutely.
positive step. Even if for me it has
That's
not been a good poetry at all. I know I have just, just for the sake of doing, I've written 4 lines. That's it. But at least I did not generate it from AI. It is
yeah,
my
yeah,
own. So that's how I
yes,
see it.
perfectly.
So that is why I want
Well
to
said. Well,
complete it.
True. I think I have always believed, I feel that there is nothing called as a bad writing, or a good writing, per se, because everyone have their own thoughts, everyone have their own perspectives, views, and whatever you write is your baby at the end of the day. So,
Absolutely.
I mean, it's not good.
Yes.
You don't, when you give birth to a child, and if there are two, you don't say this one is good and this one is bad, right? So it's exactly the same way. So, I mean, it's your baby, and irrespective of the fact that what others say about it, whether it is good or
Which
bad, you know that
yes.
you have written it from from your heart. So I think that's really a valid point, Lalita ji. Sheetal, any thoughts from your end?
I think you all three have covered everything. And yes, I absolutely agree with the thought that there's nothing like good and bad. We are always better than the AI generated poems, because we have done it on ourselves. We have penned our own thoughts. So I think that is better than any other AI generated poems.
So you feel that, so coming back to the question, we feel that though it affects the quality, but
Yes.
at the end of the day, at least it is at par, because we are not,
Yes.
it's not an AI generated thing, and we have put in our
Efforts.
efforts, and it's our thoughts which have gone in. So I
It's an
think even if
original
it,
piece.
yeah, and it's an
Original, that's
original
what
piece,
counts.
yes.
Yeah,
So
that's what counts.
true, I totally agree to that.
Yes. So we have covered a lot of points. Now, I think now it's the turn of our host, Divya Venkateshwaran. So let me introduce you. She's a writer by passion and a trainer by profession, and is a reader, and the world of literature fascinates her. She first began writing soulful stories for Times of India under its Soul Curry section. She is a music enthusiastic and loves listening to music and is a trained classical singer. Wow. She also has contributed to a number of anthologies in the form of poems, stories, and articles. Her first published collaborative poetry book, named Impetus Rhymes Within Us, with Rajni Nair, and her solo, which was garnered with the Poet of the Year award, A Slice of River, came much after a Kindle book. She became an editor with Health Warriors and Survivors, conceptualized by Sapna Sivani Kekre for United by Inc. Very nice, Divya. Divya has also turned into a podcaster, and she reviews books and interviews authors and peoples from literary world on her podcast named Between the Pages with Divya. Divya Venkateshwaran lives in Mumbai and works for a renowned tech company. So welcome, Divya ma'am, and we are eager to listen to your poems.
I cut off the ma'am. Okay. And thank you so much for that introduction. Yes, as rightly said, the Health Warriors and Survivors was a dream project, I think. And yeah, conceptualized by Sapna ji for UBI. So as you all know that I am associated with them since pandemic, and that's when I started writing. That is when I started participating in contests, the marathon. So my first book, which came out, was a result of the inked marathon, um, conducted by UBI. So wherein we have 24, we write in for 24 days together. So 24 prompts with 24 days, and that came out as a book, though it was with another poet. So it's a collab. So yes, thank you, UBI, for being there. I think my journey started with them. And there is an interesting story which I always say, and I think you might have, if you would have heard other, open mics or any other, panel discussions conducted by UBI. I always say this: when Sapna ji first started conversing with me, she asked about my son, because he had written for one of the anthologies, and Sapna ji was also a part of that anthology. I was also a part of that anthology, but when she reached out to me, she reached out for my son, not for me. So I had to literally say, I am also a writer. So that is when she understood, oh, okay, fine. And that is when the journey started. And I think it's been a journey throughout, and I have loved the family throughout. Uh, and I try to be a part of it, taking out some time from work, home, and all of that stuff. And that's why I'm here today as your host. Thank you so much for that introduction, Sheetal. I will move on with my piece. And we were talking about poems, and we all are poets. So my poem is also dedicated to poets, and the title is Poets and Poems. We reach for sunshine, for words that paint. We reach for sunshine, for words that paint a sky unblemished, a heart light and quaint. A sky unblemished, a heart light and quaint. But the pen bleeds, storm clouds, a tempest takes hold. Ink like rain lashing, a story untold. Ink like rain lashing, a story unto. We fight the downpour, the lightning that strikes, electrocuting the page with unspoken desires. We fight the downpour, the lightning that strikes, electrocuting the page with unspoken desires. Thunder rumbles beneath a symphony unheard. Thunder rumbles beneath a symphony unheard, a tangled web of emotions, every single word. A tangled web of emotions, every single word.
Wow.
We crave the crisp whisper, the clarity's shine. We crave the crisp whisper, the clarity's shine, a message direct, a message sublime. A message direct, a message sublime. Optimism, a phantom, bravery, a dream. Anxious echoes, the only things that gleam. Optimism, a phantom, bravery, a dream. Anxious echoes, the only things that gleam. Is it broken, this mind, this vessel of thought? Is it broken, this mind, this vessel of thought? Is truth a betrayal, a battle hard fought? Is truth a betrayal, a battle hard fought? We stumble where others seemingly soar. We stumble where others seemingly soar, yet the scratch of the pen whispers something we adore. Yet the scratch of the pen whispers something we adore. These are the words, the ink-stained remains. These are the words, the ink-stained remains, a reflection of chaos, a symphony of pains. A reflection of chaos, a symphony of pains. But even in darkness, a flicker ignites. But even in darkness, a flicker ignites the struggle to write. The struggle to write a beautiful fight. The struggle to write a beautiful fight. That's it. Thank you.
Lovely, absolutely
Lovely,
lovely.
lovely, absolutely
Yeah.
nice. Yes.
Sometimes writing can be a fight within yourself.
Yes.
Battle is between your heart and your mind.
Yes, I mean, I think it's as we all discussed today, our questions were also on the same as to how, how do we find out that time we are busy, some are working, some are busy with studies, some are homemakers, but still have a lot to do at their end. And I think that is what, the poems actually are a reflection of you, what
Ourselves.
you are. So we always, whenever I mean, our thoughts which we pen down, I think are somewhere related to a struggle, maybe,
Yes.
or maybe small wins which we, win every day. Maybe something which is really overwhelming. So I think that is where our thoughts come from, and that is how we pen it down. So
We tip on our experiences.
Yes, our
yes,
experiences
our
or what we witness.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And as Divya said, they're the web of emotions. Your all
Yes.
emotions are penned
True.
down. Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
truly, truly. I really,
And go ahead with your second poem.
yeah, I
Second.
really don't know which one I'm going with though, but I will try to take a NaPoWriMo one only. I do not have long ones though, but right. So I think I'll go with a haibun form of poetry. A haibun is one wherein you write a short story and it is followed by a haiku. So
Okay.
the worn photograph, edges softened with time, showed a younger Maya beaming alongside her grandfather. He, with a mischievous glint in his eye, held a precariously balanced ice cream cone above her head. Maya chuckled, the memory bittersweet. The same day, after laughter and sticky fingers, a sudden downpour soaked them to the bone. her grandfather, ever the jokester, had twirled her under the cascading water, turning their tears of frustration into shrieks of delight. Maya tucked the photo away, a reminder that life, like the summer sky, held moments of sunshine and rain, and both were beautiful in their own way. This was a story, and the haiku which followed is: Laughter, then rain falls, tears turn into shrieks, joy blooms, life's bittersweet dance.
Wow. Absolutely.
Beautiful.
Very
Beautiful.
nice.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
So that was
Lovely.
the
I was
haiku.
kind of lost in the story.
Yes, the
Beautiful,
story.
and haiku was beautiful.
Yes.
Grandfather, the granddaughter really, took us along. We're
Yeah.
kind of gone with them. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Life is all about that. Yeah.
Sheetal
Relationships.
says, I mean, Sheetal says she wants to write, more words. It becomes like a short story, but you want to put in more. I find it very challenging, like to write a story as a story. I am more of a, I think, poet. You can say probably I am a bit lazy because I think poetry comes naturally to me. So uh, writing a story is a challenge. But yes, haibun is a form of poetry which is uh, which brings out that the storytelling part of me. So I love that. I love the form, and I try to attempt it more often.
Yeah. Fixing plots is kind of very challenging in story. Like what forgone and how to connect it with what you are going to write in the future. So that's what challenging for me as well.
Yeah.
I always have this thought about poetry is whether a poetry should it be structured, rhyming in the form of how should it be different from a prose, because there are now free verses coming out. There are many forms of poetry which sound more like a prose. Now Divya, both the second one was a haibun, but the first one was beautifully structured with rhymes.
Yeah.
So, according to you, Divya, what do you think that a poetry should be? Should it be just pouring out your feelings in any form, just putting your words out, or should a poetry have a definite form and structure with rhymes? And should it not be different from prose? That is what uh,
Um,
a thought,
we have now, as we all are part of different writing communities, and the contests keep happening, challenges keep happening. So I think we all are common to some platforms, and I feel I am more of a free verse writer. I cannot rhyme like I rhyme. Sometimes it comes naturally, but most of the time it doesn't. So when it doesn't, I choose to write free verse, which is actually it comes naturally to me.
Mhm.
Free verse comes naturally to me. And as far as your question goes, I think poet. I mean, there is a thin line between what should I say, taking that poetic license. So that is where I think we can uh, take it through, wherein we are not we have not structured ourselves to some form, but I think learning these forms should be a part of the writing journey, because I
Yes.
feel you should know and you should attempt such prompts or such forms
Okay.
which make you now haibun also, which I said I came across it as a form, and I have grown to like it. Like
Mhm.
I have it was not that I used to love haiku because it is a short form, and it expresses so much in those three
Yes.
five
Yes.
seven five syllables, right? So
Yes.
it expresses so much. So haiku was one of my favorite, but free verse has always been my forte. If you see me writing, it will be more of uh,
Free verse.
experiences, and yes, and I think experiences fit much better in free verse than
Free
a
verse.
rhyme scheme. So
And you should not have a forced rhyme also. That is
yeah,
also
and
there.
then I mean sometimes in a rhyming scheme, what happens that when you are not you're now out of words, you go and search what rhymes it with, what does it
Yes,
rhyme with,
rhyme
right?
with.
Then
Yes.
that is not
That is a
natural.
forced rhyming. Yes.
Yeah. So
Yes.
I think whatever comes naturally to you is something which we should be looking into, whether it is free verse, whether it is rhyming, whether it is anything for that matter. But yes, understanding these forms and attempting them will surely give you a wide knowledge also about so many
Yes.
forms. So now if I mention about other communities, there are communities who explicitly talk about forms
Mention.
and
Yes.
writing them, right?
Yes.
But I think again it's a poet's liberty to take that and how they want to do it.
Right. Right. Yeah.
Yes.
And
So
Lalita ji, I'm very non-conformist. I can never follow rules and regulations, especially for writing poetry, because that's where I'm pouring my thoughts.
Yeah.
So framing them, formatting them will kill the spirit
Yes.
totally. I know for sure. So whatever
Yes.
comes to my mind, I just would like pour on the paper or on the phone wherever I'm writing. I can never rhyme but sometimes, to my surprise, sometimes I write in rhymes, sometimes it's not. Whatever is there, I just love it. So,
Yes.
non-conformist at the best.
Yes. Yes.
no,
Yes.
but I should admit that some of my best poems have come out of challenges. So some of my best poems have come out of challenges like the Inked Marathon. So I mean, there is so much going on when you write, and Inked Marathon, like what UBI does is they give you that window,
Yes.
right? And you have to write during that window. And since it's a very huge community, people come and read, they comment, they like it, they appreciate you. So it kind of keeps you going. Like, yes, so I await the next day, and I think time is also something which should come in when these challenges are there. So like, right, if you are running a month long NaPoWriMo, it is challenging, though you have to write it daily. But then again, time is a constraint because we all are into work, we all have our own things to do, and taking out time thinking about stuff, sometimes you just get blocked. I mean, you don't feel like putting anything on the paper. So that is when it becomes a challenge. But I think, yes, time given would be much appreciative. And if people consider that, I think we can come out with one best of our points.
That's right.
Exactly.
Right. And I think, yes, that is the time to wrap up. And thank you so much, Lalita ji, Aradhna ji, Sheetal, for joining in for this open mic. It was a lovely open mic, I guess. I don't think I have ever hosted, something like this with questions, discussions, and such august company. So we come,
Brainstorming session.
sorry.
Brainstorming session like
Yes, it's a brainstorming session, and I hope we are not trolled for this. And even if we are trolled, please make us viral, right? And yes, that's it for today, I think. And everyone in the UBI community, be ready to embrace for UBI's Inked Marathon, which is coming soon, and you'll be updated on that information. Uh, soon. And for today, this is Divya signing off along with Aradhna ji, Sheetal, and Lalita ji. It was a wonderful evening today.
thank
Thank
you
you.
to you too.